It has been a few days since I played Mario and Sonic Adventures Through the Dead House on Nintendo Switch, and I could not get over the dark and violent content that the game had. And had its employee from both Nintendo and Sega said that they were willing to do something different, with both Mario and Sonic prioritizing the Resident Evil games. So one day I did some research on Resident Evil, and it turns out it's a survival horror game. And I also thought to myself, why couldn't they just do a Luigi's Mansion type of game? I mean, they are less scary, but I believe some people would actually have bought the game. Maybe even young children would have bought it. But about my research, it turns out that it was not only owned by Capcom, the company that made both the Mega Man games and the Street Fighter games and Resident Evil, but they were also the other one that were trying to base over Oliver the Hedgehog off. They blast him off of Albert Wesker, the person who started the outbreak full of zombies, in the lab called Umbrella Corporation, but the creators also must have loved the British culture and they made him from England. And he had a British accent, but one day, I was listening to my playlist on my phone, which consists of bands like Linkin Park, Evidence, Vicence, Fall Out Boy, Hey Paramore, and Chemical Romance, and Green Day. I found my copy of Mario and Sonic Adventures Through the Dead House, and I thought I should still play it more and see if there's any other characters, whatever it be Mario characters or Sonic characters. If there's even more characters than up to like it, Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Peach, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy, me, and die, or they do survive. And then another thought had in my head that there was a way to cure the heroes that are zombies. So I turned on my Switch and decided to play some of the games to see what happens next. So it picks up off the cutscene of Oliver saying, "My evil plans and ways are coming together to be such a success. Now that I have all my zombies and ready to have some more fun, people join the zombies." Then it cuts to a month later where 22 more characters and they were found as friends of Sonic and Mario. For Mario's friends, they were Toad, Toadette, Princess Daisy, Rosalina, Luma, Toadsworth, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, Cranky Kong, and Funky Kong. And as for Sonic's friends, they were Blaze, Silver, Charmy, Espio, Vector, Cream, Cheese, Shadow, Omega, Rouge, and Big. We need to focus on finding Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Peach, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and Amy, Toad said in a bossy tone of voice. They're probably just out in the cold, hungry or dead. I just hope they're not dead, Silver whispers to himself. I just hope Silver, Blaze says to Silver. Hope the same, Silver, Blaze says to Silver. Hey there, there's a bus coming on its way, Espio says when he sees the bus. Then the remaining heroes got on the bus to ride wherever the lost friends could be. Later it started to rain and the bus broke down, and because it got stuck in the mud. It's okay, I have some tools to repair the bus. Here, it will only take a couple of minutes, the bus driver said when he got out to fix the bus. So our remaining heroes just waited patiently for the bus, and they talked a little bit while waiting for the bus driver to repair the bus and get it back up and running again. Until they heard a scream, they found yet another zombie that is to be eaten by the storied bus driver. His final words was, "Run, save your lives." So the remaining heroes ran until they got tired and found the same mansion Oliver lives in with Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Peach, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy died, but they didn't know if they died in there or not. Well, it looks like there's some visitors. I'm assuming they're friends of Elite and that they stayed up here a month ago, Oliver said in a sinister tone. And that, my little pretties, was Mario and Sonic Adventures Through the Dead House. The nightmare continues. A Mario and Sonic Lost Game creepypasta written by the Mario and Sonic fan 1000. Mario and Sonic fan, thank you so much for the story. Okay. I can definitely say that this is supposedly to be a sequel to the Mario and Sonic Adventures for the Dead House, and this is like the Nightmare on Continues one. But however, there are some issues that I do have to say. I'm not gonna rant. I'm just gonna remain calm. The first thing I could definitely say was that there are paragraphs that have run-on sentences, like it says right here, and I'm going to say, it has been a few days since I played Mario and Sonic Adventures Through the Dead House on the Nintendo Switch. You see there's a problem right there? There is no, some of these, sentences, they're just run-on sentences. There's, like, no periods to, pause the sentence, because, that was kind of why I stuttered while I narrated it, because it was really hard to read. Like, it's really difficult for me to sit there and read. Now, I'm not trying to insult the author. I am only saying, the author could have, look at the sentences and probably put, figure out the right punctuation marks. I know this is on Google Docs, but come on. Here's the thing. You always have to have a period. No, not only periods, but you also need to have commas to separate, to maybe pause when the sentence. So instead of just putting a period and making a run-on sentence. There are so many run-on sentences that the story has, even though it did get better, but there were a few run-on sentences in the story. So the story itself was a bit difficult to read. Now, what I could suggest is maybe take the story and, fix up the grammatical and punctuation errors. That way the story would be there and would be much more readable. But however, this story was good, and it was a big improvement compared to the first one. But there are a few grammatical errors I did see. And that was another reason why I stuttered too, was because there were a few, there's a few places that should have been periods, places that should have been commas. So, that was the biggest issue I have to say about the sentence structuring, is like, it's all over the place, like with the punctuation marks. They need to be fixed up. What I would suggest to the author is fix up the grammatical errors and even the punctuation errors. But, this story is quite readable. But I do have to say that it does need a little bit of improvement. Just mainly with the sentence structuring and the grammatical errors. Do that, and then the story would be much better. Now, I could definitely say that, the story itself was honestly pretty interesting, to say the least. I'm going to be completely honest. But what I could suggest is maybe the grammatical errors and the sentence structuring could be fixed up a little bit. That way the story would be a lot more easier to read than to sit there and, having, all, long run-on sentences all over the place. Because, here's the thing. When it comes to run-on sentences, you need to make sure you have to, make sure your grammar and the sentence structuring and everything like that is good when it comes to making these pastas. I'm not trying to sound angry or anything. I'm not angry. But what I suggest to you, Mario and Sonic fan, is to fix up the sentence structuring and the grammatical errors, and then everything else would be fine. The whole story itself was obviously short, but I don't have a problem with short stories, but they can be a pain in the neck at times. Not trying to sound insulting. I'm just, letting you know so you understand. But, I really do think that there needs to be a little improvement, mainly with the sentence structuring, the grammar errors, and the punctuation. But other than that, the story was actually decent. It's a decent and good sequel to the second part of this, of the Sonic and Friends, the House of Dead series, which is pretty cool if you are going to be completely honest. And now I would have you to fix it just a little bit, because then that way it'd be a lot easier to read. And, just to, understand, I think this story just needs to be fixed up a little bit. But other than that, this story was actually really good. Well, decent at that, but it's still pretty cool, and I can definitely say right now that, this story did have a lot of improvement from the last one, and I can definitely give that a little plus, which is a very good, important thing. But other than that, it was pretty good. Now, like I'm going to say right now, this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final thoughts on this story, my final rating of this story, is going to be a, what should I put? I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. Mainly because there's a lot of great improvement in this, but there is a few run-on sentences that need to be fixed up, along with some punctuation errors and grammar errors. But other than that, this story was actually really good. Now, anyways, what did you all think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what would you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're brand new here to this channel, be sure you to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when you're new on my channel, so then that way you will not miss any uploads. And like always, please roll the outro because I'm out of here, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out.